The skies above Eternia rumbled not with thunder, but with something far more profound. The sorceress of Castle Grayskull stood atop the mystic tower, her staff glowing with an anxious urgency. The orb of vision crackled violently, showing an image of chaos and destruction. Skeletor had vanished. Not merely hidden or defeated, but erased. A cosmic rift had opened in the depths of Snake Mountain, and from it, something ancient and unfamiliar had emerged. The sorceress saw glimpses of stars dying, planets imploding, and time itself unraveling. At the heart of it all was a figure unknown to Eternia, a man clad in blue and red, eyes glowing with burning light, suspended in space like a fallen angel of justice. He-Man, the champion of Eternia, raced to Castle Grayskull as the alarm echoed through the winds. Prince Adam was no more. The power sword had summoned its bearer, and He-Man rode on Battlecat with a look of grim determination. Inside the fortress, the sorceress spoke words that chilled even the strongest warrior on the planet. He is not of our universe. He was cast here through something even he does not understand. His heart seeks justice, but his mind is tormented. He believes Eternia is under the spell of a tyrant god, and he sees you, He-Man, as the center of it all. He-Man narrowed his eyes. Then we must speak with him. But speaking was already becoming impossible. Across Eternia, the presence of the stranger caused tremors in the balance of magic and technology. Man-at-Arms Orko and Teela all witnessed strange phenomena. Machines malfunctioning, magical spells unraveling, and the very sky splitting into unfamiliar constellations. Birds flew backwards, rivers flowed upward. Eternia was being rewritten by the force of an alien sun. Then came the confrontation. He descended from the heavens like a blazing comet. The ground cracked beneath his feet as he landed in the center of the royal palace. Soldiers raised their weapons. Teela moved to intercept, but the being simply raised his hand and time froze. Only He-Man, shielded by the magic of Grayskull, could move. "I am Kal-El of Krypton," the man said, "and I've been lied to." His voice held no malice, only pain and purpose. He-Man stood tall, meeting the stranger's gaze. "This is not your world, Kal-El. Whatever has brought you here, we can help you understand it." But Superman shook his head. "I saw the messages broadcast into the stars. I heard the screams of Grayskull's victims. Or so I thought. Something manipulated my mind. They made me see Eternia as a dictatorship powered by sorcery and deception. I thought you were the tyrant, but now I'm not sure what to believe." Before more could be said, another surge of cosmic energy tore open the sky. A being emerged, Mr. Mxyzptlk, the fifth-dimensional trickster, hovering with glee. "Oops, did I misplace my multiversal puppet again? Sorry. Soups, looks like I dropped you in a sandbox full of swords and loincloths." With a flick of his fingers, Mxyzptlk vanished again, laughing hysterically. But the damage had been done. The psychic trauma Superman endured, the false memories, the battles against fabricated Eternian villains had left him unstable. Deep within, his mind was still reeling from the assault, and now part of him still believed he had to end the threat of He-Man, to save what little truth he still clung to. The sorceress warned He-Man of the growing power imbalance. Superman was not just strong, he was disrupting the magical laws of the realm. Eternia itself could be ripped apart if the Kryptonian was not stopped or calmed. "He must face you," she said, eyes dimming. "Only then can the fate of Eternia and all realities be decided." He-Man didn't flinch. If a fight is what he needs to find peace, then so be it. But I won't fight to kill, I'll fight to wake him up. Meanwhile, far away in the Fortress of Solitude, recreated in the icy mountains of Eternia, by sheer will, Superman stood in isolation, conversing with holographic ghosts from Earth. Jor-El, his father's projection, flickered in and out, unable to maintain stability in this alien dimension. Superman's thoughts swirled with confusion. He remembered Lois. He remembered Earth. But those memories were now contaminated with the illusion of Grayskull's tyranny. Was it all a game? Was he a weapon someone else had forged? Then the call came. A challenge, delivered by Tila herself. He-Man had agreed to meet him at the Valley of Elders. No armies, no allies. Just the power of Grayskull against the last son of Krypton. Superman's fists clenched. Lightning danced around his form. 1,000 conflicting emotions surged through his veins. But one thing remained certain. If I can't trust the world, I'll fight to protect it, even from its own champions. The stage was set. In the Valley of Elders, the statues of Eternia's greatest warriors watched in silence. The wind howled like ancient ghosts, bearing witness to a moment that would echo across realities. He-Man stood beneath the twin moons, muscles tensed, power sword in hand. His eyes burned, not with rage, but with unshakable resolve. And from the sky came Superman, came billowing like a crimson storm, his heat vision ready. Fists clenched tighter than mountains. Two champions of justice, two icons of hope, two living legends, and only one would stand at the end of this cosmic misunderstanding, unless something greater could bring them together. But first, they would clash, not as enemies, but as forces of pure power. The first blow split the sky. He-Man dashed forward like a bolt of lightning, sword gleaming with the fury of Grayskull. Superman answered with a sonic boom of raw speed, his fist crashing into He-Man's blade with enough force to level mountains. The ground erupted beneath them, sending shockwaves that toppled ancient stone monuments. Their battle was no mere contest of strength. It was power versus destiny. Superman, forged in the heart of a yellow sun, radiated enough force to ignite planets. He-Man, chosen by the mystical forces of Eternia, stood with the strength of 100 warriors and the wisdom of ages. Each strike told a story. Superman's heat vision sliced across the valley, but He-Man deflected it with his sword, the blade absorbing and reflecting the energy like a prism of ancient will. Superman darted in again, faster than the eye could follow, landing a devastating uppercut that sent He-Man hurtling through a mountain. But He-Man rose. With blood trickling from his lip and a growl in his throat, he slammed the power sword into the ground. The valley shook and energy pulsed outward, momentarily stunning Superman. In that instant, He-Man launched upward, tackling the Man of Steel into the upper atmosphere of Eternia. They broke the sky. Punches were exchanged in midair, shockwaves tearing apart clouds and sending auroras cascading across the heavens. Battlecat watched from below, roaring in fury and awe. The sorceress hovered above Grayskull, channeling spells to stabilize the planet itself. Then Superman changed tactics. Grabbing He-Man by the shoulders, he flew them both into orbit, where the red sun of Eternia bathed them in strange light. Superman faltered slightly, his strength not gone, but diminished. He-Man seized the moment, driving a knee into Kal-El's stomach, then slamming his elbow across the Kryptonian's face with the force of a meteorite. They crashed back to the ground, the impact leaving a crater that could be seen from space. "You're strong, Kal-El," He-Man gasped. But strength without clarity is dangerous. Superman, bruised but not broken, rose slowly. And clarity without action is useless. The air pulsed with energy as both champions powered up one final time. Superman's eyes glowed, his fists vibrating with power. He-Man's sword ignited with the full light of Castle Grayskull, ancient voices whispering through the wind. They ran, they collided, and the world blinked. Silence followed. Dust settled. Only one stood, He-Man, breathing heavily, sword in hand, knees nearly buckling, but standing. Superman lay unconscious, not defeated in spirit, but overwhelmed by a force that even he could not quantify. Not raw strength, but will, a power ancient and enchanted. Bound to the heart of Eternia, He-Man fell to one knee, placing a hand over Superman's chest. You're not my enemy, Kal-El, but I had to reach you. Through the only language left, combat, suddenly a shimmer of light descended. The sorceress and a recovered Jor-El projection appeared in tandem, working together across realms. Jor-El's voice whispered into Superman's mind, undoing the final knots of Mxyzptlk's deception. Superman stirred. He opened his eyes, weary but clear. "I remember now." He-Man offered his hand. "Then let's stop the real enemy together." Superman smiled faintly. "Next time, just send an invitation." He-Man stood victorious, not by strength alone, but by conviction, resolve, and a heart unwilling to yield. Superman, though fallen in battle, rose as an ally, and the two legends forged a bond that would ripple through Eternia and the stars beyond. For in this clash of titans, the greatest victory was understanding.